There's a new student to an odd school called Fickleton High. His determination to make new friends leads him to notice they all keep disappearing. Mystified by these strange events, he takes it upon himself to investigate and unveil the bizarre vanishing of students, to only discover the unthinkable. Today's guest will discuss his unique experience from snapping pictures to developing and shooting his first film. The Humanities Communication Arts Department at Norwalk Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduces you to television's future writers, directors, and personalities. And now join our host, Jessica Mayers, to meet the new director.
Thank you for joining us for today's edition of The New Directors. All of the people involved with this program are students in the television production course and are directing, switching, controlling audio, operating cameras, and acting as talent for the first time today. The guests you are about to meet are students who, when not on camera, are behind the scenes working hard to bring this program to you with as few mistakes as possible. Each student will write and direct 4 different productions. This program will give them the chance to talk about themselves, the productions they have completed, and give you the chance to get to know them and watch their progress throughout the semester. Our guest today is a person who has a high interest for film and also started his film education and career by participating in a summer program back in 2010. Now I'd like you to meet our guest today, Andrew Moore.
Hi, it's nice to be here.
So Andrew, we know you've previously created a short film through a film program. Please share with us more about this past endeavor.
Well, throughout my life I've always liked to do photography, and I liked music and filming. And then in high school I took part in a lot of photography classes. I really liked it, but I always felt like something was missing. I always really liked film more than the other two. And so a couple years back I got the opportunity to be a part of a film camp, and there I got to learn about the film process, and so I got to brainstorm ideas and put together a script with like a character analysis, and then when I actually got to film, I got to use a professional camera, and I got to direct, be an actor, as well as use the giant audio microphone to record the sound. And then I also got to edit using Final Cut Pro, which was really interesting. It's a lot different than Avid.
Nice.
It was a fun experience, but it was a really short camp, and there was a lot that they were trying to cram in. So I didn't feel like I really retained as much of a knowledge as I could have. And it was also really difficult to work with people that didn't really care about actually filming.
Oh, okay. Can you tell us why you decided to take the TV production course here?
I want to take this course because I'm highly interested in TV and film production, and I wanted to educate myself on the basic skills. Also, I wanted to discover if film was the right path for me, and if it was, I wanted to find out what part of the TV and film spectrum fit me the best.
Okay. What are some of the most useful things you have learned in the TV production course?
Coming to TV production, I acquired a lot of knowledge about the basic skills, such as creating an action script, rack focus, editing using Avid. And before the course, I did not know basically any camera techniques except for maybe like zooming in and out. So I got to learn lines of grace and poor man's dissolve and just a bunch of different things.
That's great. Tell us about the productions you created for the TV1 class, the action sequences, the New England Seasonal Project, and the Orange Project.
Well, my first sequence was a struggle to complete. I made a lot of mistakes, but it was a good learning sequence. It was really frustrating trying to think of a simple concept though, and I filmed in order, which I learned was not a very helpful thing to do.
Yeah.
It's easy to film out of order. And I found it difficult to edit and add titles and music. Also, in the action sequence, I learned to film it out of order. Unlike the first sequence, I still made some errors, like not double checking the camera and not double checking to make sure the camera was saving on my SD card. So that wasn't very good.
Learning experience there.
And then I also made sure to leave a lot of time to edit at the end, because I ran out of time for the first sequence, and editing takes a long time. And for the New England sequence or project, there was a lot more time allotted and there was a lot of freedom. And so that was really helpful and allowing me to be more creative and do more things. That's like not
Just keep
This
going.
was a great help in learning multiple interesting camera techniques to enhance the footage as well. I got to do poor man's dissolve, rack focus, and other things like that. It was also, I got to add music and a title and dissolve in between sequences, so it was really helpful in learning how to edit better. And I just think that was probably my best project as well. The Orange project was my last project, and it was really fun to film as well. I also didn't really have very many rules and regulations, so it was very free to do whatever I wanted. And it was just really exciting to use oranges instead of, people.
Yeah.
I mean, I had people, but I also had just these weird oranges thrown into the film. And overall, after doing all these projects in the course, I felt like I really have gained a sense of knowledge on the basic concepts of film.
Okay. Now, I know you had one project that you felt was your best. Do you mind telling us about it while we watch a sample of the video with the music you selected?
Sure. My best project was definitely the Fall Foliage project. I felt like I used all of what I learned and also learned a lot from it because I had to do poor man's dissolve, which before the Fall project I did not know what that was. So it was very helpful. And for this project I filmed a bunch of different things like trees, as you see right there, and I filmed bridges and rivers and flowers, all expressing the beauty and destruction that goes along with the fall season. And while filming, I used an array of different camera techniques and added music. Just overall, it was a lot of fun. I felt like the project allowed me to just be really creative.
That's awesome. Some really great shots.
Yeah.
You mentioned the variety of things you've learned in this course. What was the most interesting and important skill you learned, and how will you put it to use?
I think that the most interesting and important skill was learning to use Avid, because Avid is something that a lot of professional filmmakers use, so it would make me look better to know how to use it well, and just look more experienced. That's about it.
All right, that's great. Today we got to meet someone who shared with us some interesting first films and newfound knowledge of filming techniques. As a new director, he hopes to use his newfound knowledge of films and television from what he has learned taking TV One and apply it to exciting feature endeavors. I would like to thank our guest, Andrew Moore, for joining us today.
Thanks, it was a pleasure to be here.
We hope you enjoyed meeting one of television's future directors, and we hope you will continue to join us each week to watch our progress. Thank you, and good day. All right.
That was so weird.
This has been The New Directors with your host, Jessica Mayers, directed by Dan Pardo. I am your announcer, Jessica Murillo. The New Directors is a Norma Community College student production.